What's up, guys? The do-it-yourself attitude, oopsies, there we go. Do-it-yourself attitude inspired by punk rock. And also just watching a lot of these comedians, on YouTube, a lot of these artists on social media. So when I was 19, my brother and I started a band. He's 2 years younger than me, and we didn't know what we were doing, but we just wanted to make music, and we had an idea of what we wanted to make. And with just a little bit of practice, my brother, we also came across this software, Guitar Pro, which allowed us to notate other instruments that we didn't know how to play, like drums, so we could compose music and without actually knowing how to read music, which was awesome. So you would just, for example, put in the chords that you were playing by number of the fret, and all of a sudden we're making this music, and there are really no limitations as to what we were doing. There was basically, it's just trial and error. And a lot of the things that we made in the early days, we didn't like a year or two later, but at the time, that was the music we were creating. That's the music that we were really into. And as far as we were concerned, we were just excited to be doing it. So the punk rock, if you look at punk rock, when the movement, which was inspired, you can say, look at the 60s or the 70s. They were these kids who just wanted to make music, wanted to go out and perform. And a lot of these guys weren't musically trained at all. They just kind of taught themselves how to play guitar. They learned how to, make a power chord shape, and then they just went out and did it. A lot of these kids who were singing weren't singers by any means, but they wanted to go out and create music. They wanted to go out and have fun. They wanted to express themselves. And looking at YouTube, looking at social media, I see something very similar in that a lot of these guys that I have been following recently, a lot of these comedians, I've learned that many of their goals go beyond YouTube. Like, they actually want to be actors. They want to work with famous actors. They want to be in movies that we see at the theater. But their interest has put them in social media and has allowed them to express themselves and create an audience despite having those links. Now, some of these people are actually getting to the point where they are getting pretty famous, but it really just started with them picking up a camera and making jokes. A lot of these people were originally, Viners. They just made Vines, which that was, if you're not familiar with Vine, it was an app that allowed you a few seconds to do anything you wanted. You could do like a skateboard technique or something, but a lot of these people, who were using it for comedy. And it's interesting because, as I previously mentioned, many of these people were they're regular people. It's not like they were going to school for drama. It's not like they were hooking up with all these important agents or anything. They literally just created their channel and went out and did it. And in terms of music, like I was saying, me and my brother, like we weren't musically trained by any means, but we just were interested in making music, and we went ahead and did that. And I think there's something to take from that attitude. Obviously, if you want to be a doctor, you actually have to go to school for that. But in terms of art, in terms of creativity, you can go ahead and do that. Like, we live in a time where you can probably have an audience if you want. Whether that's, you're speaking, you're making some sort of art, in terms like painting, some sort of music. There's all these music websites. You can put your music out. You can sell your music online. It's like literally the greatest time to get an audience, because with the internet we're so connected. you literally don't have to be, you don't even have to be a physical presence in the world if you didn't want to. And you could still have influence. So I find that really interesting. I love the fact that I can make videos and share them. I think that's so much fun. And yeah, this do-it-yourself attitude is, you know, it's kind of like, if you think about it, it's like the entrepreneur's attitude. It's only up until the past, I think like 5 years, I think at DePaul University, that they've actually offered entrepreneurship classes, because before there was no script, there was no information really. I mean, it's a new field, because in the past many entrepreneurs were just people who went out and were like, you know what, I'm going to sell this, I'm going to try this, and let's see what happens. It was really trial and error. So anyway, sometimes the best thing you can do for yourself to improve it, whatever you're interested in, is literally just doing that. Just going out and doing it, or not going out, or staying in and doing it. So anyway, cool beans, guys. Peace. Have a good one.